And so what we wanted to do today is we wanted to highlight some real people who over the past few years have, they used to work jobs. They used to be like kind of everybody else and had a place to go to work every single day. And because of some decisions that they made and some changes that they made, guess what? They're working from home now. And this is, and they're realizing that blessing even more so during this current time. So I want to bring on some guests. We've got some friends out there. I think I need to make them the host so that they can share their camera. I want to bring on a couple from Alabama, Tim and Jolanda George. Hey, you guys, we've made you the host so that you can go ahead and turn your camera on. And we'd love to have you come on here and we're going to have to share the story. Okay, there you guys go. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Awesome. All right. Well, hey, world, I want to introduce you to Tim and Jolanda George, good friends of ours from Alabama, right? Roll the Tide.
Roll the Tide, absolutely.
Exactly. And you guys have been working from home for quite some time. Why don't you tell your story of what you were doing before and how you came to work from home?
Well, absolutely. Mr. Gray, again, thank you so much for the platform, as well. Again, our CEO, Mr. Hopenbugs, I mean, just a phenomenal and awesome guy. We're so honored to be on this journey with you guys, as well. So, again, thank you so much for the platform. A dad on the go a lot. I was a husband on the go. I was a professional musician to where, I was literally all over the world. I literally was a founding member of a band that literally birthed the second American Idol, as well. And I became his personal assistant, after that ordeal, and literally was on the road. I was literally his shadow, and all over the world, seeing the world, from that perspective, and just, literally, understanding that, again, that things were business, again, taking advantage of opportunities, that came my way, and that thing birthed another opportunity for us to travel the world, and meet many individuals and network, as well. So before, again, we even began to have children, we were busy, we were living a life, again, just a young couple trying to get our hands to get close enough to touch, as well. And again, saw some things that were around 08. We were successful in our own careers. My wife was an awesome educator. She's definitely going to go into that. But we saw some things as well, and we saw that it was time for us to make a change. Around 2008, I saw her tax return for the first time. I took a look at her tax return, Mr. Gray, and I saw as an educator that was just unfair, and I saw that we needed to make some other investments starting even in 2008. So I know you were, again, 11 years in, a little bit more.
Yeah, now I'm 11 years in. Being an educator, I taught fourth grade for 11 years. I was the first African-American math coach in my county. So that was amazing. So anything that I did, I always did it in the spirit of excellence. But, we were, kudos to our parents who holding the kids right now. We love you so much. But, just watching them in their lifestyle, what we were taught was to go to school and get a good job, get a good education so you get a good job with benefits. And so, we got married, we met in college, we got married. So we was doing that. But then we began to understand at the end of the day, like you said, when you looked at that tax return, that we need to do something different. I had no idea about entrepreneurship because I was taught to go to work. So, that's what I did. But when he began to open things up to me, I began to see things differently. We 13 years as well. And being positioned at the time, we didn't have kids. Now we have 4 amazing children, 10, 9, and 2-year-old twin boys. And it was the twin boys that put us in a position to go ahead and make that decision to walk away. And a lot of times we pray for things that happen in our lives. I don't know who's watching this broadcast tonight, but I was at a position in my life, but I always prayed. I knew I wanted to be retired before I turned 35, but God didn't let it happen that way. It happened at the age of 37, and I'm grateful for that. But if it wasn't for my twins literally pushing me, I was in the hospital for 52 days. I had a 52-day hospital stay. It was rough. We had water damage in our home. At the same time, we were in a hotel for 6 months, all while we were pregnant. And then I was off on leave. But, you know, these jobs that you go to, and I really want to speak to your heart today, because, you know, these same jobs that are telling you now, hey, I need you to work from home, putting you in an uncomfortable situation. I was in an uncomfortable situation. And, you know, I got to a point where I had to choose what kind of fight I wanted to fight. And we decided we wanted to fight the good fight. We wanted to fight a financial freedom fight. We wanted to have flexibility. And so we made a decision after having the twins to literally, for me to come home full time. But it was because we had been partnered with an amazing company for about 6 years. A lot of you may be familiar with our CEO at the time, Mr. David E. Manning. We salute you, Mr. Manning. It was your vision that put us in a position so that I could walk away from that career as a school teacher, Mr. T. Gray. And so, you know, that kind of put us where we are right now.
Wow, what a phenomenal story. I'm watching the chat and people are talking about how inspirational and encouraging your story is. And, you know, for so many people, they want to do what you guys have done, be able to sever the ties and be able to be their own boss and have that type of freedom, especially for days like the one that we're having right now. But I got to ask you guys a question. You know, first of all, was it scary? Was this a decision that you came to likely? What were some of your fears?
Oh, wow. Like I said, that hospital stay, it really taught me a lot of things. You know, when you get your back up against the wall, you see who's for you, who's not for you. This job that I had given over 11 years of my life to, I didn't hear from them. I didn't hear from my administration to see how I was doing. A lot of people laugh, but I say I didn't get a gift basket, a banana, a nothing to just call and see how I was doing. And like the song says, I can do bad by myself. You know, we realize, you know, I know that the talent that God gave me, he's not going to take it away from me. If anything, he's going to put me in a position to enhance the knowledge and skills that he's already placed in me. And so it was at that point that we decided, you know what, I miss raising my first two children. They're 10 and 7. Tim was the primary dad in the home. He was involved. He was a stay-at-home dad. I was going to work. That's what I did. But when we made this decision and decided to come home, it was scary, T. Gray, because I realized I thought I was a mom. Y'all, I wasn't doing nothing at all. Like, I love you so much for everything.
Say it on Dad. You know, we're the best. You know,
for everything that you did. You know, because I had to learn. I've been home, a full-time stay-at-home mom now for 2 years, but I had to learn how to be a mom. Right, I had to learn what a day consisted of. I was used to going to work, teaching somebody else's kids, giving them all of me. I was coming home, I was being a part-time mom and a part-time wife to my husband and my children. So it was very, very scary. But I'll tell you one thing, I'll take this fight right here that we're in, this journey to financial freedom and flexibility, than the fight to have to answer to another man and woman to tell me what I can and cannot do with my life. I'd rather have this fight.
Absolutely. And T. Gray, that goes to, you know, we have to shut the back door sometimes. Sometimes we're looking for a back door to go out of just in case, but sometimes you have to close all of the options, you know, and go forward, you know, and that's what we decided to do. You have to burn the candles on both ends, you know, as the old saying say. You know, you have to, you know, again, you know, work that job and then put your all into your business, right? Work your 9 to 5. Again, it's great if those who are able to go back to their 9 to 5s, Mr. T. Gray, kudos to you on that. You should be the best employee, but take some time and invest in yourself. You know, again, according to Forbes, Mr. T. Gray, that's one of the top 10 investments of 2020 is investing in yourself. And fourth is a side business. So these are things that are signs of the times, Mr. Gray. I'm kind of glad that we took that journey back in 2008 because again, going to do 5 years from now, anyway, if you're working your job, if you're on your 9 to 5. Most likely 5 years from now, you're still going to be working that 9 to 5. So you may as well put an investment in yourself in a side business, side opportunity that can allow you to have leverage, which is a wealth principle, Mr. Gray.
But when we started in '08, Tim, you know, guys, just like it is now, it was rough. It was like they were saying that we were kind of in a recession, and you know, people didn't understand how we were making $500 investments in the business at the time. Right. It was '08, and folks were like, no. Absolutely. But I am so grateful that we had enough mustard seed faith to invest at that particular time, because it has us in a position at a time such as this. So we made a decision in a rough era that we're reaping the rewards and the benefits of not having to worry about childcare and all that kind of stuff. Right?
I say we recessed during the recession of '08. We recessed. we were involved in an industry that allowed us to enjoy recess during those times, Mr. Gray. So it was phenomenal.
I love how you guys got started during the recession. So during a time like the one that we're in is when you guys made that decision. And I just love you guys telling your story, because I had several questions. As you guys were going, you were answering those questions time for people. So I just thought that was absolutely phenomenal. Hey, you guys are a blessing to the world right now. People need to hear what you said, and you guys really did such a great job to show from the heart. You guys have a parting shot before we go to our next folks?
Faith without works is dead. You know, right now we're in a time to where we need to stand on our faith. And I'm asking you guys, if you're on here and you pray for something, some of you guys have been saying you wanted to work from home, or you wanted to know what it was like to possibly homeschool your kids. Well, guess what? You have what you have asked for. But I ask you to take that faith that you have and activate the work ethic behind it, and find you something that's going to yield you the freedom and the flexibility that you need. You couldn't have told me 2 years ago that I would be in this position right now. So I just want to plead with you, if you hear my heart today, you know, whoever invited you on this broadcast today, get back with them, because it was a decision like this that changed our lives back in 2008.
Absolutely. And Mr. Gray, I'm just going to say one thing, sir. You know, when your outgo exceeds your income, your upkeep becomes your downfall. You know, this is phenomenal times right now. You know, again, go back to your history, guys. You know, the 20s of the 1900s. You know, those were some dying times, some dire times, I would say, during those times in history. But also, history was made. Some of the best, you know, entrepreneurs of our time was made during those times. So I just urge everybody, you know, to invest in yourself and take a shot on yourself. Great thing about it, you have a community of individuals who are going to help you. So you'll be in business for yourself and definitely not by yourself.
I absolutely love you guys' story, and we appreciate you both, Tim and Jolanda, for coming on here and sharing from your hearts a little bit of your personal life about being entrepreneurs with home-based business. And for anyone out there who's being touched by this story, we want to encourage you guys that we have an opportunity later on this evening for you to learn what exactly it is that Tim and Jolanda are doing in order to maintain their work from home entrepreneur status. So stay tuned. We'll show you exactly what you can do to find out what they're doing right at the end of this broadcast. But in the meantime, what we're going to do now is we're going to shift gears. We have somebody else for you to meet, and that is we're going to go to Atlanta, Georgia, and introduce you to Daniel and Talita Camaro. Daniel and Talita, we've made you the host, so you can turn on your camera and come on and join us. Looking all great out there. We love to see you guys as much as we love to see the Georgias. Welcome. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Doing fantastic. This is not a bad place to be holed up. You know, while we wait to figure out, you know, how to get this virus thing out of our lives. But would love for you guys to come on and share your story. You guys are a young couple, just like Tim and Jolanda that went before you, and you guys are currently in work from home entrepreneur status. You're very, very successful in the company that you are affiliated with. You are among the top earners in that company, and you're also among the youngest people in that top earner class in your 20s. But you both used to do something else. Just inspire the world. Tell your story about how you transitioned.
Viewers. All right, well guys, it is an incredible opportunity every time we get a chance to share that. Thank you so much, Mr. Terrence, for allowing us to share our story. When I got introduced to the industry, I was working full-time at an insurance company, and I had just graduated high school, so I was on my 19th. And I was looking for something more. I couldn't go to school because I economically couldn't afford it. my family, immigrant to the U.S., couldn't afford paying tuition for me through college. So I was at home in a critical time when I met this young man, and I was asking God for an opportunity. Just live paycheck to paycheck. At a young age, I was needing purpose. So when I got a chance to hear from Daniel, he had came back from an event, and my life completely changed. My life completely changed. I saw the spark in his eyes. I saw the excitement in his voice and the projections of where I could be in the next few years if I just connected to a system. I had no limit on how much I could make or what I could become, and that was exactly what I was asking for. That was exactly what I was crying in my bed. I remember clearly. I was sitting there praying, asking for something else. And I'm not a crier, if for the people that know me. But for me, at that situation, at that moment, it was deep. It was enough is enough. I need more. I need purpose. So this young man over here got a chance to introduce me, and my life completely changed.
Yeah, and I'm sure many people out there are in the same position that Tita was 8-9 years ago, you know? They just want to live a good life. They want that freedom and just don't know what to do. So I thank God for this opportunity with T-Gray to share this platform, because I'm sure we can get to many people that are looking for an answer, that are looking for an escape route from that 40-hour plan to retire broke and sick like most people do nowadays. And especially for opportunities like this one to be able to make money from home. My story is a little different. You know, I had a rock star syndrome. You know what the rock star syndrome is? I like the nice lifestyle, the nice cars, the nice clothes, the good food. I love traveling, but I didn't like working or studying, so I didn't know what to do in my life. I used to be a waiter at a Mexican restaurant, a bartender here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I came across this beautiful industry of entrepreneurship when I was 18 years old, 19 years old. And I didn't believe in it because I always saw my parents failing. All my childhood was seeing my parents from failure to failure, from failure to failure, from failure to failure. And they didn't sell me and my brother. I don't know why, but they sold everything through my childhood. They sold everything. So I hated it. T-Gray, it's not that I didn't like entrepreneurship. I hated it with all my heart. There was no human being on this planet Earth that used to hate entrepreneurship the most like I used to, because I knew it didn't work. I knew it didn't work. So I remember one time I get home from the restaurant Friday night. I remember like it was yesterday, May the 4th, 2012, Friday night. I get back home from the restaurant, you know, ready to go party with my beautiful, sexy girlfriend at the time. Now she's my wife. And my dad told me, listen, you're not gonna go party. You're gonna come to an event with me. I was like, what, are you crazy? Event? Friday, 11 p.m.? What are you talking about, man? He said, finally, I found the right opportunity. I was like, are you crazy? I mean, you're 50 years old, grow up, get a real job. That was me telling my dad at our kitchen when I was 19 years old.
And I got a phone call that night.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not going nowhere. Like, you're out of your mind. He said, get in the car, we're going to an event. I was like, I'm not going anywhere. He said, get in the car, get out of the house. I was like, all right, no big deal, I'll get in the car. You know, so I got on the car. We drove 16 hours, you know, from Atlanta to Dallas, Texas. We were just last week with T-Gray and the team over there. And I had a chance at 19 years old to meet the one and only, the living legend himself, Mr. Holton Bucks. If you don't know who Holton Bucks is, Holton, Holton, Buggs, Bucks.
Google it.
Google that name. You know, I met him when I was 19 years old. Our life was never the same. You know, I was able to see my future. I was able to see a model that I can follow. And from him, we learned how to make money from home. Yes. Now, 95% of our job is right here in this same couch with these same pillows. When I get cold, this is what I do, you know? Like, I work from here, like from the same wall. The people that work with me, and they do all these Zoom conference calls with me, and the people that we build the relationships with through through Zoom. I mean, through Skype and through WhatsApp and through our different tools that we use to build our business nowadays. I work from here 90% of the times. Yeah, sometimes we do get to travel, have fun. Like we just did a couple of days ago in Dallas with TeamDARE and the team. Now because of circumstances, we not might go out as much, but we're still making money from home.
And more than ever, our business is growing now.
Dude, like crazy, it's multiplying. So
wait a minute. It's not just your business is growing, your family is growing.
My
That's right. We got a brand new boom baby. We have a brand new newborn, a baby girl, Bella. She's sleeping right now, but we got an opportunity to work with her from here. I don't have to go to any job. I don't have to be away from her at any time that I don't want to. It's absolutely phenomenal to have that freedom. I mean, I really wish for all mothers out there that you're currently not doing anything, or you're having to go back to work and leaving your brand new newborn. I don't wish that upon anybody. I really wish that you take control of your life, of your future, of your finances, because there are opportunities out there like what we're doing, that we get to work from home. We don't have to be away from our baby, and we can work our hours around the baby, which is absolutely incredible, a true blessing. Really, really, really wish all mothers had the same privilege.
So, okay, so this freedom, this flexibility has got to be inspirational to people who are watching. But at the same time, for so many people, it's a little scary. Let me ask you guys real quick here. What would you say are some of the main things that a person has to do in order to be successful as their own boss working from home?
So that's the same exact reason 99% of the people will fail. And if you think I was gonna motivate you, I'm gonna scare you. I'm not gonna motivate you. It's not easy, you know? 99% of the people will fail working from home because exactly what TeamDARE just said. You're not capable of being your own boss, but that's okay. We can teach you. That's why we are part of an educational system where we teach you how to develop the boss mentality. We teach you how to develop that self-discipline so you too can work from home. Dude, we have a what we call a Boom University or Boom Academy, and we have an educational system where we develop top performing entrepreneurs so you can live this lifestyle. But one of the main things, TeamDARE, is the discipline, you know? To be able to wake up, get ready, get going, do what you gotta do. You have no one behind you telling you what to do. So that self-discipline, the boss mentality is a must for you to become successful working from home. And if you do have it, awesome, we're gonna make it happen. If you do not have it, don't worry, we can teach to you and we're gonna coach it to you through the educational system that we have. Outside of that discipline and that boss mentality for you to be able to take care of your hours and make sure you go through what you gotta do throughout the day, what else do you think that we need to have success from home?
Outside of that, I think that's the number one and the most important thing. But the second thing is self-motivation. You gotta find exactly what you want and why you're doing it. You know, money doesn't grow on trees. We all know that. But we also don't have to work extremely physically hard in order to make it. So that self-motivation, finding out exactly what moves you, why you want to be your own boss, why you want to be free, what itches, you know, what ticks you, what makes you move is so important every day. Otherwise, you won't do anything, you know? If you don't have what to fight for, I think that's one of the things that I've learned with our master and our coach, Mr. HP, Mr. Olsenbugs, finding out, having a big picture, having a clear picture of what you want, and believing for it, believing it sooner and getting it done.
Self-motivated, discipline, being your own boss, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, you guys are definitely full of fire. And I think that everybody who's watching here is definitely feeling the energy and the passion. And you guys got to think about it. I mean, here you are, you're in a situation where the top governments and the local governments are saying, do what? Stay home. and that's not new for you, right? That's what you do all the time. So I think it's absolutely phenomenal. We just thank you guys for coming on and sharing your energy with everybody. You did a fantastic job. We want to thank Tim and Jolanda George as well for coming on and being so inspirational to everyone. And here's what we want to do. You guys heard some key buzzwords today. You heard about our system. You heard about there's an opportunity. You heard that there's mentorship from people like Bolton Bugs, and that there's a Top Gun university going on where we can teach you the skills that you need in order to be successful. Well, guess what? If you want to know about that, Toledo are maintaining their own boss, and having, you know, their finance States. So figure that out for wherever you are. If you're on the East Coast in the United States, it's 9 p.m. If you're in another country, you'll have to calculate that. But you want to get on, because what we didn't talk about today is the how. We just talked about the what, how these guys are enjoying you also, so that you can put yourself in a situation where you can enjoy this type of freedom. And some of you might be saying, well, is now the time to do that? You know, right now the world is in a little bit of chaos. You've got a pandemic happening, and you have various economies that are hurting because of it. Well, I want to point you back to Tim and Jolanda's story. They made this decision during a time just like this. They made the decision to do this during a recession, and guess what? When the next one came around, they were covered. So it's a question of what are you going to do now that's going to cover you for the next time. So 8 p.m. tonight, you see the instructions here. You can join us on Zoom. You just go to zoom.us/join, enter this meeting ID. I want to encourage you to screenshot this, or you can join us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/iBuumerang, and join us this evening, and we'll share with you exactly what you can do so that you can have the opportunity to work from home, to be your own boss, just like the Georgias and the Camaros. Thanks for tuning in to Conversations with Entrepreneurs. We'll be back on Thursday at the exact same time, 6 p.m. Central, and share with you some more stories. We'll introduce you to some more of our friends who enjoy work from home freedom. This is T. Gray, Vice President of Operations for iBuumerang, signing out. Thanks for joining us today.